Welcome back to another video in our Ask the Roofers video series. We need to change the name though, because we're not asking the roofers anything anymore. We're asking the garage door people, we're asking the general contractor, the real estate agent. Back here with Beth Bernisi, good friend of ours, A+ Garage Doors. We've talked about this a bunch of times with different people in their different fields, how to vet out people that suck in your industry. People that don't do good product or don't do good work, and the things you see from that. So last time you and I did a video, we talked a little bit about vetting people out, what to look for. What kind of piggybacking on that, and if you miss that, references, they gotta know what they're talking about, and they gotta be able to explain it to you in a way you understand.
Yeah.
If they can't make you understand it, if they can't give you references, find somebody else.
Yeah.
What are, piggybacking on that, what are some common things you see from other companies, like common mistakes you see?
We see a lot of times other companies will put in the wrong size springs.
The spring that makes the door go up and down.
Correct. They just don't know what size, and there's a specific way to figure it out, and unfortunately all technicians don't know how to do that. So when we get there and we get the phone call that the door is bopping up and down, or it's not closing all the way, or making these really weird noises, a lot of times we see it has to do with the spring. Oh, and it can even, instead of closing straight, it'll close on the side. So it's key indicators. It's a spring, and we wind up putting the correct size spring on. But the average customer is not going to know that. And all they see is the door going up and down, and they think it works. And unfortunately, you just don't know.
3-4 days later, it's like, I can't get out of my garage. Why is that? I mean, obviously, I don't know garage doors, but I would think the spring, like one of the number one components of the door would be, like, if you're doing garage doors, you should understand that part of it. Why do they just not take the time to learn, or is it just 2 men in a truck decided we do garage doors now?
There's a lot of companies out there that will do that. They just want to make some extra cash, so they think it's so simple to put in a garage door. It's just a couple nuts and bolts, and we could pick it up and throw it in the back of a pickup truck or a van or something, and just go to get a job and throw it in.
Do it on the weekend.
Yeah, just for a couple extra dollars. A really big indicator is if somebody comes in really cheap with price, and they're like, I'll charge you $20 to come to the house, and then it'd only be $100 for the spring. That's like not even realistic numbers.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, again, a lot of people all they see is the price, and they think, well, I can get it done for $120, and that's it.
Yeah.
And then
we get that all the time, and you pay what you get for.
Oh.
But we'll have people like, hey, I need this repair, and we come back with a quote. It's like, this is what you need done. We show a picture, show them why it needs to be done this way, and somebody else comes back and say our repair was $700, and they come back like, we'll do it for $250, and they have it done. Next big rain, it still leaks, and we go up there and like, you're looking at, especially when we have pictures, like we can show them, hey, this is what it looked like, this is all they did, and that's not even remotely close to what you needed done. It took them half an hour. They spent $15 in material and stole the rest of your money, and you got nothing for it. So cheaper's not always better. What are some springs, people not knowing what they're doing? What have you seen like really worst case scenarios from, because you go behind contractors all the time. What have you seen like that's happened that you've had to like fix it? Or
very commonly the springs, they don't put the correct size springs in the on the torsion bar. So we're constantly going behind other companies fixing that. Forgot the other story.
No pressure. Camera's rolling though. Got a minute and 10 seconds. Just kidding. We were talking earlier about y'all had to take one off, didn't you?
Right, the door. Thank you. Save my mind. If it's not written in front of me, I forget everything.
I wrote it on my hands. I'm just kidding.
Yes. We actually went on a job not too long ago where another company came in, sold the customer a brand new door, tracks, the whole 9 yards, and the door didn't fit the hole properly, if that makes sense. So when we got there, we saw it was the incorrect size door, and the hardware wasn't what the customer wanted. The whole thing was just not what the customer had wanted. The jambs weren't on correctly on the wall, which is a little bit of a problem when the door goes up and down.
So like basics though. I mean, it seems like if you're gonna, obviously I don't know what I don't know, but if you're trying to replace something, you know, I need a 13 millimeter bolt, you go get a 13 millimeter bolt.
Right.
It seems basic to get the wrong door size. I mean,
right. Well, and they're just untrained technicians that they just weren't trained properly. Not their fault, you know, but if you don't have a good teacher to show you what to do, then you're not going to be able to do your utmost best stuff out there.
Yeah. And when we finish the video, we'll link that company up in the comments. So that,
no.
I'm just kidding.
No. We love all companies.
So, and I know Jimmy pretty well too. He blows my mind how well he knows garage doors, but he's taking the time to learn it, get trained, train your techs to do it right. So it's not just, and we have that same philosophy. We put a lot into training, especially in our industry, because we do multiple different things. Right. So one crew can slow down on this, and so if they know 2 or 3 or 4 different skill sets, then they're actually easier for us to utilize and keep the same guys. And because if you get quality guys, you hang on to those guys.
Sure.
Especially in the labor market now. So training is key for regardless. And
yeah, we have a good training in place for our technicians. So when they come on board our company, they're trained in many aspects. It's not just the garage door, it's a whole bunch of other stuff.
That whole little universe around it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, because we provide a service. It's not just we throw in the door and say, see ya, bye. You know, there's a whole customer service that comes along with us and makes us different from everybody else.
That's awesome.
So.
Well, cool.
Yeah.
I learned something. Make sure you have the right spring. Well, great. Well, thanks for coming back. We'll link up A+ Garage Doors again in the text that's going to be up. Like, look up here in the video. I'm just kidding. It's going to be in the Facebook post above the video. But if you have any garage door questions, please put them in the comments. We'll have Beth answer them. She doesn't work enough, so we're gonna.
Yeah, I have nothing to do, so I'd love to answer questions.
If you have exteriors questions, roofing, siding, windows, any of that, put it in the comments. We'd love to answer it, do a video about it. And thanks again for watching. Thanks for watching another episode of our Ask the Roofer video series. If you like the content, please like, share, or subscribe here on Facebook or on our YouTube channel, whichever way you prefer to see it. And if you have questions, we'd love to get your input, see what you want to learn about, and do our best to help explain those things to you.